The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Today and have some fun. If you don't know me yet, get to know me. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. And guess what? I got nicknamed the Godfather of Credit in KNX Radio. All right. So I've had that nickname for about 40 years. Gonna have some fun. Now, I like making money. It's kind of fun. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 47 years ago. That's just me in front of the $100 million building I obtained in a $1 million Lamborghini. So today we're going to play. We're going to have some fun as well. It's live. If you have a question, just type it out. I'll answer your question. Let's see if you can stump me and have some fun. Now, understand, there's no pictures, no recording. It's what it says, the FBI rules. Simple. There might be a page or two I'll say take a picture of, but that's okay. Now let's play. Now that's me. This world is mean and cruel. In other words, they want to kick you. They want to knock you down. They want to give their opinion sometimes. Every time I hear some ding-dong say, white man can't jump, that's funny. I broke the record in 1981, fastest and highest kick. And I created my first million at 14 and a half. And I got to 2.6 billion in corporate structure at 26. So if I can do it, so can you. I like what I call goodies. You like goodies yet? We're going to play. Now, my first question to every one of you is, would you like to be a millionaire? All right. Would you like to be a millionaire? The answer should actually be no, by the way. Would you like to be a corporate millionaire? The answer should be yes. How you receive money matters. Because if it's you personally, it's tax, 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 and probate when you're dead. And when the time of death comes, that time at the hospital is given to the federal and state government. They know you can't take your goodies, but they want to make sure your friends don't get them too. Corporations, they don't pay tax till they make a profit. So if you're profitable, you're probably going to be taxable. We learn to play. Foundation's everything. See, without the foundation of a corporation structure and division process, I'm sorry, you're going to say you're going to be a duck and a sheep. You listen to your friends and family. That's what you did. How to set up your credit. Sorry, most of it was wrong anyway. We're going to play my way for a while. I'd like you to go get a mirror sometime today. Look at it. Look at yourself. See, the problem is you have to understand about the mirror because you're responsible for you. Until you take responsibility, you're not going to get to where you want to go. All right, you've got to understand God gave you the rules and tools like I'm going to give you today. So look in the mirror and ask yourself a question. Who is in charge? I'm going to say it's God and it's you. You're in charge of your life. It's up to you today. Next thing is, when are you going to take charge? the ultimate goal. You are who you think you are. It's a mindset how to play the game. So the goals, what are your goals today? So what are the goals? What's the goal you want to achieve? See, the bottom line is I think you have a lot of goals, but you have to realize one thing. The only way to achieve goals is to make a list. You got to check it twice. We know you've not been naughty or nice. But when we look at the list, we have to realize every item you want, there are steps behind that, rules and tools. I'd like you to kind of put your list away a little bit and actually use my list. I'd like to get you $10,000 a month income. Then I'd like to change it to 50 to 100,000. This is a monthly income I always call auto income. So the goal is let's get you to the money because you're going to accomplish your goals. See, money and credit solve a lot of problems. You get that stress off your back. That would be the first thing I'd say to do. Now, the next thing is let's think. We take time to look in the mirror and we put ourselves in check. I've done that to myself since I was 2.5 years old. Bottom line is looking in that mirror. What did you do yesterday to make today even better? Now, I want you to understand today, all right, what happens every Monday at 6:12 in the morning, I get a brand new list for repos of cars, boats, houses, apartment complex, and duplex. I even get a copy of the probate list, divorce list, bankruptcy list. Maybe you want to sell basically supply and vendor credit. If you want to accomplish your goal, you need a corporation and about 9 divisions and up to $1 million of cash credit, checkbook money, vendor and supply money. That's just what you're going to need. The ultimate goal is simple. If you do what I tell you to do, probably about 36 months, you'd have about a $10 million company. I'm going to tell you what I've been saying for years. Don't think, just do. Because I think the more you think, the more you screw it up. Now, take a picture of this page. Go ahead, click, click, click. See, well, I had a problem when I was 17 and a half. I got 22,000 payphones. I wrote a book on that as well. I got 19 houses. They told me I couldn't get number 20. They told me the word no. I don't like no. I believe no means they don't know how. And that's what I believe. So I transfer my properties into my divisions. Okay, divisions, so I freed up the loan to value problem, and I bought more properties. You see, I like making $100,000 a day and up to $1 million. But again, I'm going to show you how to play the game to win. The ultimate goal, let's look at this property. Let's understand if you today would Google brand new house, 100,000 below. You'll find 14 different states that'll show you one. What do? Well, your choice is very simple. If you did what I told you to do, you'd have a corporation with 3 divisions at least, and we're going to buy 3 houses at one time. We're going to charge $5,000 on each card. That's right. We're going to finance it. Borrow money is not taxable. So if we use corporate credit, it doesn't show up on personal credit file anyway, then we're going to buy 3 at a time. Now, you can do a Section 8. You can actually have a real estate office manage them for you. But again, what are we trying to create? 5, 10, 50, 100,000 a month. That's auto income. Well, let's go swing over to Texas. What do we get to do? Same thing. See, based on what you can rent it for, I like new properties better than used. I kind of got tired of flippity-dippity doos when I was 21 years old because the buyer's a liar, the agent and the broker too. And that contractor that hires a subcontractor from Home Depot, guess what? They're all trying to cut corners and kind of screw me up too. So we do what? Buy 3 more divisions. I want you to think about this. Look in front of you. You can buy a brand new house in 2 different states for less than $165,000. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. All right, we can charge but a deposit. We'll go to Texas again and again. So if we did this correctly, my way, we'd finance the properties in 3 divisions in each different location and have some fun. What are we going to do? Create auto income. You're an investor now. How about storage units? That's always kind of fun, controlling those as well. So we get to make money. Now let's look and take a time to look at Freddie Mac today. How about these were 8 that we closed a couple weeks ago. We got 21 now, what I call in the hopper. Okay, let's look at locations. If I look at the DSCR loans, I can get those up to 100%. Kind of fun. Different types. I want to get those properties. I want to use Section 8 or maybe just be the investor and be the bank. Kind of fun. So if you do this correctly, you can actually have an income to your corporation divisions pretty quick. And down the road, you can become the bank, the ultimate goal. So let's think about this today, different ways to play the game. Now, dry cleaning. I had my clients doing dry cleaning for years. I wrote books on that as well. A lot of storefronts don't even clean clothes. They go to the factory and come back. So what happens is my client wanted a couple locations. That got him 3. That gave him $63,000 a month. Client, I wrote a book on laundromats to do that as well. What did we get to do? This client got $30,000 a month on that unit alone. Then we bought 5 more. So the ultimate goal. So it's like a Wendy's restaurant. It's like a Jack in a Box, like the gas stations. If we do this correctly, we can become the bank and the investor, and then have some fun making some money up to that $100,000 a month. Now remember, when I was 17 and a half, I had 22,000 payphones. The cell phone kind of replaced that. So what do we do here? It's very simple. I replace it with EV charging stations. California 3 weeks ago announced that they're short 1 million units. They're looking for people to invest. Would you like to be one of those two in your divisions making some money? See, it takes money to get honey. And that's the way it works. So we get to play the game to win. All right. Later today, I'd like someone to drive you around your city. That's right. I'd like someone to drive you around so you're in the passenger of the car. That passenger seat has a mirror. I want you to pull that down and look around and go, why don't you own these things? See, your problem is you, the mindset. But you have to have the foundation to do it as well. The ultimate goal is getting the goodies and getting income. And we can replace our income or enhance it. How about storage units? How about other things too? I got my employees that find locations for people all the time. So we have that as well. So we can have some more fun making money. That way we can get to the American dream. The American dream. There's me again with that world record. I guess white men can jump, just stupid people say we don't. So let's go get some goodies today and let's learn to play. Rags to riches, what can I say? My mommy didn't want me. I got born in a taxi. She felt like she wanted to throw me away. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. And that was fun too. Being used and abused as a kid sucks. So today, guess what? I'll show you how I got to million to billion through corporate structure. There's could be your journey that starts today if you pay attention. Now, the next thing is let's draw some things. Let's understand. You're going to watch TikTok, Google, and YouTube and all the goody, blah, blah, blah. One is like Mark Cuban says, you throw away your credit cards. He just refinanced the building. So he's telling you not to have credit, but he's using it. Oh, here's Grant saying the same thing. It makes no sense. Oh, you got basically Ramsey. No, I throw away the cards. I can buy the building, but I can't, or you can lease or rent or unit. Well, you've made the blah, blah, blah for so many years, you can afford to buy the building. See, I'm sorry to say, if you have no credit, all right, like these kind of silly people say, you're not going to get it anyway. Today, the stock market went down 1,000 points. That means if you don't have credit to get through that bad time, you're going to find yourself in bankruptcy. So let's understand how to play, and let's win the game. It takes credit to finance a business because you're not winning the lottery. You're not getting a raise big enough to do that. Here's a corporation, owning a corporation. So what do we get to do is pretty simple. The ultimate goal is we look at the banks. So we look at all the banks around you today. What do they do? Well, let's see. Bank of America last week announced they're shutting down 400 more locations, over 8,000 by the end of the year. You see, the banks bought Zelle on July 6, 2022. Zelle can transfer and do all the things you did at the bank. Deposit or make money or transfer it to. So what do? Banks don't own the location. They sign a 100-year lease. They bankrupt the lease. They take the money and the assets and go away. Let's draw that on this side here. When I invented division process in 85, 86, that's right, I did, because I didn't want to pay another franchise tax fee for all my locations and have some fun. So your corporation should have divisions because your name's not even on it. You can finance the American dream because guess what? You didn't plan the problem. And when you basically have sorry to say, shit day, you bring the pain home. That's right. You jack up your credit, you drop your score, you can't get any more. That's ridiculous. I promised myself I'd never bring the pain home like you. See, I'm one of the few, not one of the many. So let's look at those banks one more time. What do? How about we look at Sam's Club and Geico? How about we look at cities? See, all these things in front of you file bankruptcy, and you sit there going, and you let it happen. You're going to what? How'd they get away with it? Nothing they get away with. They get to do what they're allowed to do. You see, you forgot we the people. As Ronald Reagan said, we the people tell the government what to do. He was correct 100%. So let's understand today. Stop bringing the pain home. So stop jacking up your cards, dropping your score, getting stuck, can't get any more, and hocking your house. I call that stupid. All right, the reality is you didn't put a stick in the back of your card. Every credit card needs a stick. You know what the limit of the card is. What's 25%? What's 29%? When I designed the system, training Kenny Arbor and TRW became Experian, that was me putting back the 29 to 25% rule. You jack up a card 29%, 30%, plop. See, the problem is all cards fluctuate. That means if you jack them up, they go down. You play the up and down show on the credit file. And if you click your number, like on a Credit Karma, you'll see a graph that means it's your heartbeat. These cards don't fluctuate. You've been using the wrong damn card. What's wrong with you? All right, no one taught you how to play? Doing this correctly, you'll maintain a 750 score the rest of your life. You'll never bring the pain home. You need to be a certified CFO for you and your corporation too, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Your problem is your thought pattern. Now, I want you to look behind that curtain every time you can. Now, I was lucky while I was being used and abused as a kid by Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope would roll down the window of her car every morning and she dropped me off for Redondo Beach Pier. It was 6:30 in the morning, by the way. I was 3 years old the first time. She did it till I was 9.5. She rolled down the window and said, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was a she-devil from hell. I ran over to the pier, Redondo Beach Pier. There was a light. I stayed warm. Oh, goody, because I was cold. I ate up a trash can. That kind of sucks. I got caught stealing off the pier on the third day. He grabs my hand. Ah! What am I going to do? All right, he looked down and goes, boy, you can take out my trash or I'll call the police. He said it 3 times. Boy, take out the trash or I'll call the police. Let's see, which decision am I going to make? So I took out the trash. Till I was 9.5 years old, I was known as boy, clean the chum bucket. I get to go to the owners of all the restaurants like Tony's and Palace Freddy's and shovel horse and cow shit on the weekends. I'm hustling for money. You know what I did? I gathered magazines. I look at magazines of rich and famous people. How'd they get their money? You look at Marina Del Rey, Torrid Trucks, Palace Freddy's. They got money. I'm just as smart as they are. I memorized the book when she read it to me and I was 2.5 years old. Freaked her out. She thought I was from a different planet. So I want you to look behind that curtain every day. And I want you to pay attention starting today because every one of you screwed up. And you've all had an oh shit day. You jacked up, got stuck, couldn't get any more. That's ridiculous. All cards fluctuate. Never forget your sticky. Next, remember, these don't fluctuate at all. So if we use the right card and someone to teach how to play the game, you could actually win. I got this new book coming out. It's Ray's Credit Kit for every person in high school. I'm going to volunteer to set up all their credit files for free, analyze them, and give them their first card, and give them the books and CDs for free so they can learn to play the game to win. Now remember, all right, I want the next generation not to screw up like you did because you've been following ducks and sheep. So let's look at TRW. That report's wrong. Thomas Raymond Woolridge. Hell, they made bicycle parts and they'll slip into California. I got to train their Yarborough. He was security chief, and I drew the first one of these. I said, good, fair, hell no. Good, fair, hell no. Remember, you're going to learn to balance your score so you don't drop it anymore. Now we're going to talk about Ray's rules. That's me. I want to change the world before I die again. So Ray's rules and tools. We're going to play my way for a while because I think your way, sorry, suck. That's just the truth. Now, Billy, I ran into him laying on the ground when he was at Bank of America. I came out of the ATM. He was laying on the ground and going, ah. See, he was feeling sorry for himself. Billy's in military. Came back, his wife left him. I made a deal with Billy. If he wanted to pass on my flyers, I'd rebuild him. By the way, Billy's worth $1 million now. $1 million corporation. So let's play. Now, understand, Billy's got no credit at all. And what did he have to do? All he had is a bunch of crap. So I want you to do yourself a favor and take a picture of this page and go click. You see, sometimes you might have to take supply credit, all right, under the corporation and turn it into cash. So then you can balance your debt. You might be jacked up over here, but I can rebuild you over here if you let me play my way. But your way, I think, again, suck. We're going to play. Now, I got Billy 51,000. Was that okay in the beginning? So we can play. Now, I got classes every Friday and Saturday. You can play with me all the time. See, I got a team behind me helping me, but the reality, you still stuck with me because I'm the founder and I'm the godfather of credit. 60 billion so far in corporate credit. So you want to play? Just let me know. I'll teach you how to play and get my goodies too. Get your own goodies as well. Get to know raisecredit.com. All right, we got to make you a CFO, Chief Financial Officer, for your personal life and your business life. You're going to need a bunch of divisions to do that too. You're going to give yourself a second chance to play and not bring the damn pain home. Is that okay? Coaching programs are fun. Now, I'd like to blueprint every one of you. That means you and me are on the phone for an hour with your spouse, your partner of life. We're going to talk about your past, present, and future. Good, bad, and ugly. Your past, you maybe have bankruptcy or tax liens. Okay, how about family? How about a corporation with divisions? Then we're going to talk about irrevocable trust so we can plan to die. Then we're going to think about the car, the house, auto income, and cash flow for your time. I wrote Cash Flow for Your Time and Financial Freedom 47 years ago in Winning the Game of Business on page 6, paragraph 3. Now, if you want to play, we're going to have that blueprint call, all right, with you and your partner of life. Now, understand, there's no plan B. Plan B is for losers. There's only plan A. You might fall down 1,000 times. That means you get up 1,001. You stay to plan A all the way. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, that means you better feel like you're falling off the cliff. That means you got to push it. If you feel like you're falling off the cliff, you're doing it right. If you're not, the reality is, do you have what it takes? It'll be up to you to figure that out. Here's chapter 18. What do we look at? I was a little boy listening to the poker game every Wednesday night at Mrs. Hope's house. You know what they said? They said a corporation's a legal person. See right there? I circled it for you. Write it down. Now I was 7.5 years old. But I was being used and abused, but I paid attention. So I wrote it down. You know what I did? I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department next day. Next door is a library. Man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude too. Wow. She came back later, 5 minutes later. Here's a book. Here's a mock of fish. Yeah, book, mock of fish. You've been reading the book too. Good luck for you. You see, no matter what you've done in your life so far, you keep bringing the damn pain home because you don't have the structure, how to go get it, how to keep it. And that's the biggest problem. Corporation's a legal person. Now, I just circled may sue or be sued. You got a corporation today? Oh, goody for you. It's on Secretary of State's website. Your name, your address, all the things you did. So when they sue you. Congratulations, being a duck and a sheep. Now, me, it's very simple. I was 9.5 years old when I was brave enough to send away $10 to the Secretary of State's website. My corporation first was Helping Hand Industries. I got $100,000 of credit cards in the damn mail. It freaked out Mrs. Hope all the time. So, what are you from, planet Earth? Did she planet what? Then she called one of those people at that poker game. It was Ted Turner. I get to tell Ted Turner how to use an SS4 or 826 ways. That's right. And that attorney used to be a Laker too. I did get named to the movie Dave, by the way. But then I screwed up. At 12.5, I screwed up. I used the word Braille. It belonged to the Braille Institution. See, you think you use Velcro, but you don't. It's hook and loop. Velcro is the name of a company else going to California. Oh, you blow your nose on Kleenex? It's called tissue. See, I didn't understand how it worked, so I had to master trade names, trademarks, and copyrights. So to never bring the pain home. All right, let's understand. All right, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The grown-up said that. That's what it meant. All I got back was, that's about it. See, I thought the grown-ups were stupid when I was a little boy. When I grew up, I realized they were pretty stupid. You see, without divisions, you're going to bring the pain home. You're going to be a duck and a sheep. Why don't we put our ducks in a row and never bring the pain home my way for a while? Now, if we get that list, like I told you, the goal list, what do we look at? Break down the steps. We need a daily list, a weekly list, and a monthly list, and a project list. Write it down. Without these pieces, you're not going to get where you want to go, because every time you try something, you're going to get your assets kicked. All right, it always happens every step of the way. All right, foolproof program. I created that as a little kid. I told myself I'd never get married and have kids, ever, because of what I went through as a kid. But I said, hey, if I find a way, I'll do it as long as it's foolproof. Well, division process gave me that. I got basically a beautiful wife, 6 kids, and 12 grandkids. So let's understand. Here's Glenn. Glenn lived in his car for 3 years, feeling sorry for himself because his wife left him. Brand new house, brand new business, and a brand new truck. Simple. Here's Freeway Ray Nicky Ross, gold and platinum cards, after 20 years in prison. Here's Thomas, after 26 years, brand new dump trucks. Here's Michael, God rest his soul. All right, here's basically Arnold. All right, here's the president of the United States of America Incorporated. Now, I like Mama. She was sweeter than Fishburne, by the way. So what do we get to do? Oh, Costner. All right, Giovanni for Pixar. That's kind of fun. College professor. Oh, goody. What do we got? You know, Superman for Gold's Gym. And we had Cooking and Rain, God rest his soul. And she got her videos on YouTube. And guess what? I got her 1 million too. You see, what happens very simple today is I've also been in the incorporated for rich and famous people. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels too. What did you do? Now, here's your biggest problem. Your problem is you don't know how it works. So let's remember a long time ago, when you were 14 to 16, you were told to get an SSN. You filled out the form called SS5. SSN equals 1040. You get one of those. You gave yourself one chance to try, and you bring the pain home because you forgot about we the people. So today we're going to play my way. That Social Security card you carry with you, you're not even supposed to carry with you, laminate, or use for ID purposes, but you break the rules every day. We're going to compare SS5 to SS4. That's right. We're going to look at what the IRS allows us to do because they're in charge of the world. Let's look at this. Legal name of entity right there. Individual person. Did you know the only form I can find that the IRS ever created for banking and credit purposes is the SS4? You're not even supposed to use your SSN at all, but you do because you got told by a bunch of ducks and sheep. And that's how it works. Now, if you're a crook and you don't file tax returns, just go to prison where you belong. Wesley Snipes went to jail for 3 years, 18 million later, because he listened to stupid CPAs and attorneys in Beverly Hills, California. In other words, don't be a damn crook. Let's go to irs.gov. Let's look up a form called 1244. Did you know the corporation and you can file one tax return? It's called a single filing, and almost not pay tax to $3 to $5 million. Isn't that the way to play? Now, Richard didn't listen to me when Survivor the first show. He ran around naked twice, almost died. The IRS, so what is it? Tax attorney tells him, you get to keep $375, give the rest to the IRS. I said, no. Reference 3 times 5, that's turning to 15 million. Taxes due to next year. He didn't listen to anybody. What did he do? He literally jacked it up, pissed it away, 3.5 years in prison, and violated even probation, screw that up too. So the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. You see, you got to plan the problem. You got to understand, like the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations called states and cities. Did you know that our government created in basically a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in case they have an oh shit day? They get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business in front of you, and you sit there going, why didn't you learn to play the game and pay attention? Oh, you follow like ducks and sheep. You like that, huh? We the people. Supreme Court says that. Corporation's a legal person, and you can stop bringing the pain home. So let's play my way for a while. Division of me. Can you write it down? I want to show you what you should have done a long time ago. A division with your name on line 1. A corporation. A division or subsidiary, line 1. I can build you $1 million of cash credit if you want. We're going to think about divisions of you. So division of me, write down 3 and 5 closet divisions. So let's understand as a backup for me. 2009, I'm in a coma. My lot gets stolen. That kind of sucks. What am I going to do? Well, it's simple. I told my wife to go to Mark's place. His family owns Jewelry Mart. Very simple. I said, okay, I'll be right back, honey. I'm walking around with an oxygen tank, by the way, for 8 months, learning to breathe. I came back to the car. She says, where's your wedding ring? Where's your ring? I said, they're being cleaned. I lied to my wife because I do that today to protect her every step, every way. I sold the wedding ring, Rolex necklace, bracelet, $16,400. You know what I did? I took my 3 divisions of me. I built $1 million of credit in 6 friggin' weeks. Bought my wife her next dream house. Why the hell do you people stay down? What's wrong with you? These don't know how to work? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid? So that Lamborghini, here's the key, boom, boom, boom. It's a division. I guarantee it is a division. Here I got my apartment complexes, my commercial real estate, my Wendy's, my Subway, and all the other pieces. And if I have a problem like that car, I'm going to do the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I'm going to put it over here. If your banks and grocers and cities can bankrupt a shitty location and stay in business and make millions and billions, so can you, with no intent to do fraud. I can't save it. What am I going to do? disconnect, I say incorporate. I'm not bankrupted under the Federal Protection Act. Why would anybody bring the pain home when they never had to? All right. How about the lease of a building? How about the houses? How about we receive money through the SS4 so we're not taxable till we're profitable? And borrow money's not taxable, so hell, did you know American Express is going to offer you 99 more cards? How many would you like? That'd be $100 million, up to that too. So you could finance the American dream, write it off, but it's up to you. You got choices today. Now, when I'm training Yarborough years ago, TRW became a spirit. Oh, goody. I think TransUnion and Equifax just copied our stuff. That's all I think they did. I mean, come on, TransUnion's in Fullerton, California going, maybe they didn't know what they're doing anyway, in my opinion. But guess what? How about tax ID getting cash credit to finance the dream and write it all off what you're supposed to do? Now, here's Mary. Mary's nice. She's sweet. She's Ivy League education. She marries her third grade sweetheart. She's a VP at Apple at the time, and she wants to start a business and basically a restaurant because grandma taught her how to cook. What did Mary do? She gave $10,000 to the tax attorney, all right, and basically $5,000 to the CPA. Oh, goody. You know, he looked at the lease and said, okay, let's do this 10 years and some options. Let's look at the books. Then she used $98,000 of her personal credit, being stupid, and dropped her score from 800 to 600 neon plot. See, the problem is Mary came to me after she screwed it up, like most of you, because you don't know how to play. Now, I've been teaching and preaching for 47 years. Like, where the hell have you been? But it's up to you. Now, Mary's problem is pretty simple. All right. When she jacked up the credit, she called the tax attorney and CPA. What did I do? Their response, they have no idea. This is the problem with the world today. Everybody giving their opinion and no foundation is called stupid. And you're not stupid. What you did was stupid. Now, Mary's restaurant failed. She filed bankruptcy, but she guaranteed it because her idiot attorney told her to. She bankrupted and lost her home. Her husband divorced her 3 weeks later. See, Mary should have came to see me before she screwed it up like you. But the reality is I have to rebuild her like I get to build you. All right, so let's understand. What are we going to do? Never bring the pain home. All right. If you have a corporation today, look at online Secretary of State's website. You'll see your corp, your name, officers list. You probably use your home address, being silly and dumb. And you're on the national mailing list too. That's kind of dumb, by the way. You should have used mailbox, etc., shared office space. What should you do? Put your ducks in a row. All right, right now, when they sue that corp, they sue you, and that kind of sucks. Why don't we create a line of defense to protect your assets and never bring the pain home? Would that be okay if we play my way for a while? Now, here's a $100 million building, a $5 million mansion, and a $1 million race boat, too. Wow. Well, I obtained it. Why didn't you? All right, let me add you to my credit system as we play the game to win. Let's write down credit, loan, and money. Your corporation should not do business. It should own entities, like I've been teaching for 47 years, rich and famous people. Their parent company is a management company, a division for franchise, an apartment complex. Line of defense. Write it down. So this is how we get financial freedom. What's our goal? We want to create 10,000, 100,000 a month. That's the ultimate goal. Now, flippity-dippity-do in real estate. I got tired of that at 21. To be honest with you, the buyer's a liar, the agent and the broker too. And all of a sudden, the contractor hires the subcontractor, stands outside Home Depot. They're trying to cut corners, rip me off too. So at 21, I decided to be the damn bank. Isn't that fun? My first way to do this, I wanted to figure out if it would work. I sold a car. They gave me a deposit. They're going to get the bounce from the credit union. Oh, no, you don't need to do that. My division will carry the paper. I got $413 a month for 7 years. I sold a house. I did the assignment of mortgage. I got $1,200. I realized it worked, so I decided to be the bank. Shouldn't you be the bank? An example, we take an apartment complex. Maybe we want to dissect that. We'll do the assignment of mortgage. When I wrote basically about real estate and billionaires in real estate, I invented Homestead Blocker, UC1, Chattel Mortgage. How about my financial series? Be the bank, buckets of money and tax balancing, and the assignment of asset. See, you got to learn to play. You got a lot to learn today. Okay, let's make your money making machine. What do we get to do? Well, hey, maybe you want to sell, supply and vendor credit. That's OPM money. That's Dun and Bradstreet. Maybe you want to sell on Amazon and eBay. You can do that starting today too. We get to play. Now, this is only $500 million of goodies about 15 years ago. You ought to see the stuff back then and even now. Isn't that fun? I like goodies. So here's God's gift, a mansion in the harbor. From there, properties in all 5 islands too. And guess what? There's a race boat and a yacht. RayReynoldsUniversity.com. And then I got the Duffy. Got to take my wife, on Friday nights over to Captain Jack's for steak and lobster too. You see, money get you honey. There's that $100 million building. Lamborghini. Oh yeah, I like Lamborghinis and helicopters too. So there's me. And no matter what I say and do, there's always some turd trying to knock you down. I guess white men can jump. What do you think? All right, now I found out through my research, my grandpa. Did you know I kicked the door jam at 10 and then the bathtub hoop at 14 going, white men can jump. T-Weaker Junior High, even took a picture. You know, Richard Bishop, my grandfather, he didn't care about me either. All right, he won the Olympics in 1932 in gymnastics. In Los Angeles, they called him Coach Bishop for Roosevelt High. Oh, well, what can I say? The Guinness Book of Records came out that night. Says, where's the wire? Kind of pissed me off. So I kicked at the lights. Is that okay? See, my point for you is the word no does not mean no. It means I don't know how. I just think they're stupid. That's just my opinion. So the 1,000 steps you need to master today, it's in the Millionaires Founders Kit. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. So here's what I want you to do. Stop treading water, playing it safe. So you need a corporation, but you need a 750 credit score. I'll help you get that. Corporations, divisions. You're going to need cash credit up to $1 million, checkbook money, and vineyard supply money. These are a must-have. So write it down now. All right. Now, if you have a corporation, if you want, I'll build the one you have up to $1 million of credit. If you don't have one, I'll hand you one for free. That's right, free. You just pay your little filing fee. And you stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row, and you basically let me repackage you. All right, my way, because I think your way sucks. Is that okay? Remember, rich and famous people play. They listen to me. It's your turn today. So here's our problem. You had a kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. Oh, goody. Honey, we're going to start a business. We're going to jack up our cards, drop our score, get stuck, can't get any more Hawker House, and be stupid. Well, that's what 90% of the people do. See, the problem with you didn't have your foundation. You didn't learn to play. You listen to some ding dong instead of me. Today, we get to play my way. Never bring the pain home. Got it so far? So this means if we write down today's date, we look at our projections up to 90 days, and we look at the winning the game of business that I wrote 47 years ago. Repackaging America. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow. Free up my time. There I am. I had a no shit day. Could you imagine? All right, my wife wants to take the yachts in the backyard. I got 3. All right, there's a group of people she wants to watch the fireworks with. What do? We go for the yacht. We go to the fireworks. Someone had a virus, and I got to be in a coma the next day. She calls the office and says, hey, he's in a coma. He's probably going to die. She's falling apart, going nuts. From here, Ron goes in a U-Haul truck to my office to steal my books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, he sells my websites and phone numbers to a porn site. You can call that phone number on the CDs. It's a porn site because I got 50 million people in my database, so they're highest bidder. What's my point? Please protect yourself. Cover your assets. All right, the reality is you don't know what's going to kind of mess you up too. So the reality is that's what I did. Now, if you want to copy the Millionaires Founders Kit, you call the office now. And what happens, you'll find out it's $499. If you did it during a broadcast with me, I give you a discount of $299. See, I don't get a paycheck for 32 years or even anything else or even commission. Take a picture of Zelle. Remember I told you the banks bought Zelle. All right, 6 of them got together in July 6, 2022 to transfer money across the board. So Zelle, Ray at racecredit.com. Ray Reynolds recipient, a bank transfer, deposit, or wire. We get to play my way for a while. All right, starting a business, running a business. Understand that people around you might knock you off the cliff. Are they going to catch you? You're going to die. Hold your breath, please. I want you to win. So what have I done since I was a little boy? Being used and abused as a kid sucks. Now, I remember looking in the mirror at 2:30 in the morning, and I realized I have to get up at 2:25. I've done that all my life now. You see, I didn't need the abuser to get me again. So I've been doing that since I was a little boy. And understand, I looked in that mirror while I was crying my eyes out. What did I do? I realized I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like you. I got nobody to help me. I realized that when I was 2.5 years old, I had to get myself out of hell. That's right. I did that. God, me. So here's your problem. You talk to your friends and family about an idea, and then they interrupt you and tell you how to do it. And they haven't done diddly squat. Why do you let people cloud your direction? Does these not work or something? So there I am, July 4th, 2009, 3 yachts in the backyard with my beautiful wife, too. What do we do? There's me in the coma. Well, that sucks. I get to hear everything in the coma. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. But I got a second chance to come back. And that's what I said, to come back. So understand, I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11.5 years old with a lot of shitty people. Not a real family, not a mommy and a daddy too. So I've been shot, I've been knifed. It kind of sucks. But I don't have excuses like you. So what do we get to do? Pretty simple. You ever had an oh shit day? Oh shit, I lost my job. Oh shit, my credit report sucks. Oh shit, my wife can't find her phone. Oh shit, she's not in the car to tell me how to drive. Oh shit, I messed it up again, got a flat tire. Oh shit, I need the money today, not tomorrow. See, that's the way it works. There I am 15 years ago. All right, having my oh shit day. My client emails and texts this to me, stay away from boats and fireworks on July 5th. Okay, I got a book coming out called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. Now, debt consolidation nowadays is crap. It's not like it was consumer credit counseling years ago. It was on all your credit bureaus, my company. From their bankruptcy, why don't you seal the record before you file it so it doesn't hurt your credit file in the first place? Oh, well, what can I say? What can I do? Besides try to help you. But again, that's just one of my new books coming out. We get to play. Now, understand, I think you're stuck. I like to get you past go. Lamborghinis, kind of fun. Duffys, mansions. White men do jump, stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis. We got to have basically our race boats, our helicopters, our U-Docks, our race boats, our big yachts, and we got to have Ferraris too. I call this Ray's Rules. Is that okay? My way works. Your way? Sorry, I think it sucks. That's just my opinion. Now, understand, I'm 9.5 years old at the Torrance Library. I wrote down Blueprint for Success, and I wrote down 3 things. See it, believe it, go get it. Once you write it down for you, I've been modifying that ever since then. We get to play. Now, credit repair, sorry to say, it's a fraud. There's no magic wand. That's a bunch of BS. So let's do this. Why don't you Google later today, Federal Trade Commission. They say credit repair is a fraud. They're not allowed to collect money up front. So does the Credit Organization Act too. Why don't you write down Section 611 and Google it? Find out what you can do for yourself. You see, if you owe a debt and a collection account is still open, you're going to go ahead and again, it's in debt because there's 5 ways to kill the debt. You better negotiate the debt. You got to man up, woman up, not rip off your creditor. So negotiate, okay. 25%, 29% rule. Remember, only 2 cards don't fluctuate. What do? Rapid refresh, rapid score. When I was working with Ken Yarrow and Harold Stokes, I invented those 42 years ago. I call this the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. We're not stupid. Well, people do a lot of stupid. Listen to stupid people. There I am again. World record, simple. White men do jump. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? So let's do this. Let's get a hold of a Credit Karma because Intuit bought them just, December 3rd, 2022. And Credit Karma was indicted 3 times anyway, going blah, blah, blah. But they're free. So why don't we get that today? Next, from there, I'd like you to be careful with LifeLock. Why? Because they've been indicted 6 times. Their last indictment's $100 million. Please be careful. So understand, I'd like to obtain your credit reports today. That's right. I'm going to get to the point my dashboard is going to analyze everybody's credit for free worldwide and line them up and teach them for free. Is that okay? How they get to play the game to win? See, anybody can get a 750 in 90 working days if they do what they're told to do. And that's what happens when you're stuck with me. Friday, I have classes Friday and Saturday. I'm going to analyze you personally. That's right. Here's your problem. You didn't figure it out and understand the SS5 form in that corner. You filled out a form at 14 to 16 called SS5 equals SSN 1040. Now, if you didn't do it, that means you were born in 71 and mommy did it for you since Nixon took the gold standard out. Our government bonds us up to 35 million apiece. All right, that Social Security card, it says do not laminate, don't carry with you, don't use for ID purposes, but you do it every day. Shame on you. Now understand, the SSN was for the 1040 tax return, so they can track your income and tax you some more. When you got that first job years ago, what did you do? Where's my money? All right, what happened? You went to the company and go, where's my money? They said, I'm sorry, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover, that's why you're a duck and a sheep. That's right, you didn't learn to play about we the people. And what did you do? You brought the damn pain home. Remember 1244. That SS5 is right in front of you. Let's compare to SS4. Legal name of entity, your name can go there. If the banks and grocery stores can file bankruptcy, what happened to we the people having the ability to do the same thing when we have an oh shit day? Instead of bringing the pain home and hurting people. I guess they forgot about we the people. The only form I can find the IRS ever created for banking and credit purposes is right there in your face. Per entity. SSN, you can only get one. These you can have as many as you need. Never intend to do fraud. When I was working and helping Kenya Harbor, and then TRW became Experian, I set up my dashboards in the 80s. I'd set up credit files instantly. Isn't that fun? Personal, corporation, division, subsidiary. That's why my book series is going to be Ray's Credit Kit for all the people in high school. I figure it's already too late getting you to listen and learn the most of it because you're so stuck doing it wrong. But I want to do it my way. So I want the next generation to not be silly. So we get to play my way and get to win. Is that okay? We do that? I started setting that up for people in 92. All right, just for you. Isn't that fun? All right, now a corporation should only do 4 things. That's it. We want a buffer tax. No tax due till we're profitable. Okay. Then we want to get corporate credit. Hell, that's all the damn rerun. It's all, come on, understand. You've been having reruns all your life. You've been using your personal credit, jacking up, getting stuck. No, no, no. We're going to build corporate credit so we can write it off the interest rate and the credit card and finance the business. You're not getting a big enough raise or damn, you're not winning the lottery. The only way to play is my way. The car, fleet price. The hotel gives you the free buffet. Now the divisions, what do we get to do? The line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports. Real estate, we separate liability. Isn't that the way we should have a line of defense and never bring the pain home under the corporate umbrella? I like that. It makes sense to me. Debt follows tax ID and bill credit reports. So guess what? Now I'm going to guarantee what I say I can do in writing to you. That means all you have to do is follow through and not basically screw it up. All right, you have to be part of the program, go to class, not following you up. From there, no violation. That means you don't jack up cards and apply during the program. See, I paid for your first wrap or rescore out of my pocket. If you screw it up, you're paying it. If not, I close your case. Isn't that fair? So understand, I got this radio and TV show coming up. We're going to go nationwide again, have some more fun. Now, if you have a debt collection of crap, all right, and you got to understand there's 5 ways to kill a debt. 5 ways. You got an IRS problem? Hey, they got a form called 656, 433 A and B. In other words, let's repackage you, rebuild you the right way. That's what makes sense. Step 3. All right, 750 score. All right, building Lamborghini and all kinds of stuff in Race Boat 2. What I'd like to do is analyze you starting today. I'd like to basically do a rapid refresh. I'd like you to see how a 510 become a 757. I want you to play my way for a while, but you have to be part of the program. Now, she got a 651, no green lights. Rapid rescore, after we build it up away $1 million of credit. That was fun. Here's a bankruptcy. They don't need a bankruptcy, but the bankruptcy attorney sold it to them. They went there to ask some questions, and I said, what do you think they're going to sell you, pickle or an ice cream? You bought a bankruptcy, you didn't need it. Here's $500 card to get you started again, unsecured. Here's a client with basically a collection account. Laid on their car payment, they have 11 collection accounts. Here's $3,000. So you got to understand you have to rebuild yourself in your credit. 96 points in 3 days. So if you're not a client today, why don't we focus on a rapid rescore? All right, I'm going to charge you, literally, you're going to go class Friday or Saturday. I'm going to charge you $999, and I'm going to give you a card back for $1,000. I want you to reimburse yourself. That's what I want you to do. Then I want you to master the rules and tools, how to play. Now, during the broadcast with me, I discount that to $499. And that means you get a bonus card for $500. And the 750 is basically what I teach you how to play. All right, the rules and tools. All right, it's a Zell today. Simple to do. Now, starter package. Let's say you have a corp, don't have a bunch of cash credit, which you don't. Let me build it for you. Simple. If you don't have a corp, I'll give you one for free. You pay your filing fee. Either way, I got to rebuild your credit, put you to class on Saturday. Level 1 in setup at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. All right, every Saturday Pacific Standard Time, play with me. From there, I'm going to charge you $999. But I'm going to give you $5,000 of credit back, 5 times your investment. You want to invest $24.99? I'll give you $25,000 and build you up and away. I'm going to analyze you, add history, and pop credit as soon as possible. Is that okay if we do it my way for a while? Because I think your way sucks. But again, it's up to you. It's a Zell. Or you call the office at what? 800-254-9506. The number's right in front of you. There you go. Now, if you use a credit card, they will charge you 5% more because the bank charges that to us. All right. Now, I need you to play. I need you to write down a phone number. You see, you add yourself to the national mailing list and the robocall list. You did it to you. What do we get to do? Well, let's call 888-567-8688. Let's opt out 5 years or a lifetime. See, even the cable bill of this corporation gets you on the list. What I'd like you to do is opt out for 5 years or a lifetime by calling the number in front of you. Would that be okay? You call it later today? All right, well, what are we going to do? Step number 4. What do we get to do next? Okay, we get to play. Let's do this. Plan the problem. Let's have safety credit. Let's understand the line of defense. When I drew this years ago, it was 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That's the ultimate goal. So if we do this correctly and understand step 5, that all cards fluctuate but 2, that means we could balance our score to get more and never have below a 750 score. Got it so far? Ray's rules and tools. All right, now you got an emergency. All right, what happens next? You lost your job. What do? The bottom line is everybody does the same silly thing. They jack up their cards, drop their score, get stuck, can't get any more in about 42 days. Before you jack up a card, always ask them to increase it. Give more room to actually buy some time. But again, there's been different ways to play. Now today, let's say you needed $5,000 now. Well, what do? You tell your friends, family, the bank, and they say no, because you said you need it. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Do you realize that's $140 a week? So if we do this correctly, and we wanted to use corporate credit, right? The payment for $50,000 is $612.26. So what the average person's kind of wasting every other day, you can go buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through. And I'll bring the pain home step 6. So again, white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. And I need you to write down Ray's rules. All right. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corporation and my family. And I have no intent to do fraud. This is having your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules. Step 7, become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home again. Got it so far? All right, we're going to play my way. There I am in that coma. Google the address. Find out I'm telling you the truth. You see, I had my own shit day. But I didn't sit down and just feel sorry for myself. I rebuilt it right away. All right, my first coma was 5.5 years old. I was crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one they're working on me, still got to die. See, the devil's trying to hold you back and hold you and knock us down. But God's delays aren't God's denials. All right, let me repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. I think that's the only way it works. All right, let's get you in a coaching program. Then you're stuck with me. Let's get you some checkbook money up to $150,000. Let's remember a corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. Now, remember, I told you to draw this diagram earlier today. The saddest thing is you have the ability to never bring the pain home in the first place, but you didn't pay attention. You didn't talk to me. The reality is division process. There's no reason to be a duck or a sheep. The lack of knowledge is why it makes people do stupid things. This is pathetic. The man lost his job. He's got 2 kids to feed. Get off your butt, go drive an Uber or Lyft, have a damn garage sale, go to the church, I'll hand you the food. Hey, all I can tell you is I came out of a coma and they stole $3.7 billion of goodies on corporate structure. What am I going to do? Wedding ring, Rolex necklace, bracelet, $16,400. What was next? I took my 3 divisions and me and my 5 closets, built $1 million of credit, 6 weeks, bought my wife her next dream house. Why would anybody stay down when they don't have to? We can repackage anybody if you're willing to put in the work. There I am dead, but I got to come back and help you. Remember, 3 divisions of you and 5 closet divisions have a backup and a backup. But again, you get to play my way for a while. The division allows us multiple functions. Got a problem, you can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I'm sorry to say you're going to have a bad tenant. We all do. Cash and supply credit. So if we play my way and we create the line of defense, and what do we have? The intent not to defraud, but the only thing I'm willing to sacrifice is the division, not the corp of my family. Banks and grocery stores and cities sacrifice locations, branch numbers. So today we look at a tax ID. If you let me build it up for you, add it to my system, I can help build you up to $1 million of credit. Then you can go after some checkbook money. Kind of fun stuff. Remember my dashboards allow me to build from person, corp, division, subsidiary, and we get to play, all right, using and write that off starting today. SS4, play some more, never bring the pain home again, and helping people with that dashboard since 1992. All right, credit bureaus, I think they just copied what we did for TRW Experian, but how about tax ID and credit reports, cash credit? So let's think today. My biggest problem in the 90s is I had a problem. $53 million of credit cards and they're shrinking my limits. What do? I researched and found out C191D. Corporation can loan out some money. Then I invented Homestead Block or UCC One Chattel Mortgage. Okay, let's play. So every time I loan out money, like $50,000, I brought in $2,400 a month. So I basically set up my division, so borrow money, loan money, and set up a matrix in my book called Buckets of Money. And it took 4.6 million. And I basically did 18 months on it. From there, I did 41 divisions. And then I created basically 190,000 a month. Is that good or bad? The assets behind it were $1.1 billion equities. So you could actually play, and that was from 1998. You want to play? Let me know today. All right, you got a corporation, please put your ducks in a row. Because when they sue that corp, I'm sorry to say, they sue you, and that sucks. Create your line of defense. Never bring the pain home ever again. Now, if you need $25,000 of credit today for you personally or a corporation, or you can call the office. I'm going to charge you 10%, $24.99. If you did it during the broadcast with me, it's $18.75. From there, it basically saves some money. Next, if you want $50,000, pretty simple. 5,000 is at 10%. You can call the office right away and get a discount that I'm offering today, $37.50. If you want 100,000, normally 10,000. Instead, it's $3,700 up to $7,500 today. There you go. There's your Zell. From there, I invented something called daisy chaining. One card getting a credit reports for every division. Let's build $1 million of credit to finance the dream. And we can write it all off and learn the daisy chain into $2.5 million. Kind of fun. But understand a division today is pretty simple. I need you to name it. Then I have to add history to it. Then I'm going to create credit file Experian and charge an Equifax. Debt follows tax ID. After you daisy chain the credit, we're going to get even more. So basically, divisions are normally $4.99. Today, you can get 3 for $9.99, 9 for $24.99. It's a Zell. There you go. I like goodies, but they're all divisions. I want to protect my assets. So every goodie would be a division, like even driving Neil Diamond and the Love Ride. I like the $500 million of goodies and billions on top of that, even more. But it's up to you. Remember, you got a collection account? Negotiate your debt, please. Find a solution. 5 ways to kill a debt. IRS problem. Remember, they got a form called 656-433A and B. You see, you need to set up an IRS account to monitor your tax returns and not be a crook. But that's up to you. One of your creditors are going to send you a 4506T or C form. All right, make sure you can't use a CPN because that's basically fraud. So let's go get some goodies, okay? How about we get you up to $1 million of credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money, and we look at packaging you. Then we go get the 3 green cards from Spark, 160 times 9. Then we go get the B of A, the Wells Fargo, the Chase, and the gold card as well. There's only 10 applications I like. Anyway, here's 5. Up to $5 million. Now what do? We go to the bank. The bank's going to give you up to $150,000 of checkbook money. With divisions, that's a projection of $5.4 million. These are the 5 banks I like. That'll give you some checkbook money if you like. But again, it's going to be up to you. That way you can finance the American dream. All right. Buckets of money make sense to me. All right. And I got specialty classes on Saturday at 9 a.m. rotation. There are currently 10 specialty classes. This weekend, we're going to talk about stock kit. Now, here's the thing. If you do my way, we're going to build corporate credit. You're going to use it because borrow money is not taxable. You're going to buy your lifetime income, which is real estate and franchise. You're going to have your cake and eat it too, raise rules, and become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Now, let's pretend I gave you $1 million today. What are you going to do with it? First thing you think about, you buy a house, car. No, stop. Reference 3 times 5, turn it to 15 million. That's right. Borrow money is not taxable. Let's win the battle. Let's play my way for a while. All right. You won the lottery. All right. I want you to basically take that and have a division of you. Sit down with the bank and say, I want to deposit my money and borrow against it. I want you to create a line of credit off that division of you in that bank through tax ID. Then I want you to turn it into borrow money is not taxable up to $1 million to $1 billion. Cities 11 file bankruptcy. United States of America, corporations, divisions, subsidiaries. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in case they have no shit day. And what did you do? Maybe you brought the pain home. No. Step 9. All right, bankruptcy. Let's Google that today. So let's understand. Who's going to be the duck the next time you have no shit day? Is it you, corporation, division, or subsidiary? Make a decision. It's up to you. I'd rather have you plan the problem. I'd rather add you to my credit system. I like to build you $1 million of cash credit if you allow me to, but that's up to you. So let's understand today. All right, run your race, beat your doubt, get out of your own way, and we can play my way for a while, and that'd be kind of fun. Getting past go, because I think you're stuck. God's gift, mansions in the harbor, race boats with my name on them too. All right, helicopters and Lamborghinis too. All right, now I need you to do some work. You ready? Write down driver's license, insurance, registration. I need you to write that down. See, highly intelligent people as you are, every time you get pulled over by a police officer or in a bumpity bump, you keep giving those 3 things that have your home address on it. I call that stupid. I'd like you to change it to P.O. Box, mail, and address. Would that be okay? We did it right away and protect your privacy too. Now, when you buy a car and you buy that, and what do? You let them sweat you for what, 5 hours? Lose 20,000 and 9 inquiries? From now on, if you go to the dealership that way, you're going to write down it allows 1 inquiry only. You're going to take a picture and let them know. We're going to do it my way for a while because your way, what? Sucks. You see, when you buy a car, the registered owner is the problem if it's you. If it's a division and a bumpity bump, they can't sue you and take everything away. You see, fleet price tax ID division. That's how you buy a car. All right, the house. Only 1 person on the loan. Men, let the men be the one on the loan. Ladies be the one who controls the irrevocable trust. Lose a house and a car, don't worry. They're going to report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now you have double shitty credit. See, your problem is your lack of knowledge. Remember, that bumpity bump needs to be a division. What do? We get to play and plan the problem. So let's play my way for a while. Every problem you get should be a division. Why? You don't know which one's going to fall and see you and screw you up. House payment is offset by your taxes. Amazon didn't pay tax in the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. Just like when he bought Twitter. He had to borrow 44 billion from 3 banks. Borrow money is not taxable. Twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. Now, X marks the spot. He does have a spaceship. So does the other guy. So guess what? They get to play the game and win. We could actually join the club and win the game too if we want to, but it's up to you. There's step 15. So run your life through a corporation or conjunction. That would make sense. From there, what do? Pay tax, buy a Lamborghini. So your paycheck today is taxable income. And that's what you got to look at, because you pay the what? Tax, then the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you say no and drive a company car like I do and write it all off too? Step 17. We get to play. Let's get that SS4 today and find it really says banking and credit purposes. You never had to be a duck and a sheep, by the way. All right, but that's up to you. So here's Mama. She filled out that SS5 form in 1971 on, because everyone got to be ducks and sheep. And what happens? Basically one thing. When you buy a house, all right, if they sue you, they take it away. And if you're dead, they get stuck in your family, get stuck in probate. And they get diddly squat. Oh, you hire the contractor, the subcontractor, some people from outside Home Depot, and they cut corners to try to screw you up some more. I want you to understand something today. If you don't build the foundation, you're a duck and a sheep. Because when they sue you, they want to screw you up. So why don't we do this, make sure they get diddly squat? Why not? Let's look at irrevocable trust. Step 19. Would that be okay? We stop bringing the pain home? All right. Now, you cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Wesley Snipes tried. He went to prison. 3 years, $18 million last. You see him anywhere? Come on. He's like an actor in the corner there. I got to see him on this weekend. My daughter wanted me to go see a movie. Okay. Oh, well, what can I say? So the bottom line is you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. So what do we get to do? Step number 20. All right. Now we're going to do flippity-dippity do's. We want to save 70%. Division up to 90%. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. But if we're going to close escrow, why don't we leverage the money into $15 million? Leverage money, borrow money, it's not taxable, and let's set up the line of defense. Well, that's step 21 called blackjack. Looks like we get to win again. All right, now here's the Ray Reynolds University just before I died in a coma. My building was 22,000 square feet. So I had to rebuild myself, just like all of you. But I used my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. And I rebuilt myself right away. All right, you don't have your time. Your time has you. I would suggest get up an hour earlier every day, starting tomorrow. From there, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, understand, do you have what it takes? You feel like you're falling off the cliff all the time. So guess what? Coaching. That means basically you're stuck with me. All right, do you want $1 million corporation? Or you should be a corporation. From there, the blueprint call we have to do, husband and wife on the phone, up to an hour. Past, present, future, it's $999. All right, that's basically step 22. Take a picture of these businesses. This is what you own, and you don't run it. The goal is to own it, not run it. From there, locations. We have locations for people all the time, and that's what we do to line them up to get out $100,000 a month. So again, I'm going to think about a boring business. If I can take $40,000 even off of a card, that's usually going to give me $3,000 to $10,000 a month in the business I buy. Next, I want to think about maybe I want to take $100,000 off, $45,000, $250,000 up to $75,000 a month. Shouldn't we be investors? See, I believe when you go to the expo, you're like a deer in the headlights. So let's play it. Let's own it, not run it. Would that be okay for auto income? If you want me for 6 weeks, you're going to get in a 6 weeks coaching program. You're stuck with me. We're going to do that blueprint call to give you $25,000 in credit. We're going to expedite your rapid and give you level 1, 2, and 3 and specialty classes too. $11,596. During this program right now, here you get to do, it's live. You get a discount to $4,999. $5,000, more than 60% off. Now you can call 800-254-9506. Next, that's a Zell. From there, think about real estate franchise storage units. Maybe you wanted 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months coaching with me. What are we going to do? We're going to now change the projection to 5 million. As IRS says, 5 million below a small company. We're going to fight with you and get the keys so we can solve all the problems. Okay? Isn't that kind of fun with you? We get to play. Now remember, a corporation's a legal person. We're going to have divisions, the ability for locations. And if we have a mess up, what do we get to do? We're not going to be a duck or a sheep. We're going to play and create that line of defense. All right, what are you willing to sacrifice in the future? A division, not the corp and the family. Remember, what are you willing to lose? Family, I finally got one. No, thank you. Corporation, no. Divisions, what I want you to understand, that's called checkmate. Checkmate, we all get to win. The ultimate goes step 23. So here's a million dollar maker. It's very simple. Here's a $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini. Reaching the dream thing to be the impossible. I've been training people and setting up corporations and divisions for 47 years, how they can be a certified CFO and making millionaires and billionaires. Would you like to join the club? It's up to you. Now, if you have joint credit, I'm going to tell you to get rid of it. When you buy a house, it's escrow, closed homestead trust. Corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay the filing fee. From there, you basically set up a division for real estate, franchise, current business, and the line of defense. That is step 24. Understand, I want to give you cash credit for everything you do with me so you can refinance your dream and take away your excuses too. That's the ultimate goal as we play this game. So always remember, all right, to become a certified CFO, 750 score. That's all you want from me? Okay. We're going to analyze you, add history, wrap a rescore. All right, look at, wrap a rescore, class Friday and Saturday. Charge you $9.99, give you 1,000 card back to reimburse you. During a broadcast, it's discounted to $4.99. All right, and the card is $500. Now, rules and tools, you maintain 750 score. It's a Zell. Yeah, if you want me to rebuild your corp or give you one, I'll do that. I'll rebuild your life, rebuild the credit too. Set in level 1 every Saturday at 10:30 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. $9.99, I'm going to redo that and give you $5,000 credit back. $24.99, $25,000. We're going to analyze, add history, and pop credit right away. But again, that's up to you if you want to follow through. All right, there's your Zell. So referrals are great. We build more credit. If you want to give me a list of referrals, we'll basically give you 10% on that too. We'll take away all the excuses. That's why I give my email address to you. So understand today, all right, banks and grocery stores, bankrupt locations. You didn't learn to play and have the structure, so you basically brought the pain home to you. Could have been a corporate and a division. The ultimate goal is your banks and grocery stores and cities and Geico and Sam's Club. All around you play the game. It's your turn to learn to win. Stop bringing the pain home. Be a certified CFO. Very simple mindset of $1 million. And look behind the curtain. Every time, every step of the way. So understand today, we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So guess what you get to do at the end of the day? Whatever off today, it's a Zell. You can call 800-254-9506. The ability to change your life starting now. But it's up to you. The bottom line is my specialists are waiting for you right now too. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.